Only when it snows like this would I prefer... Gonna be epic! There is a well-stocked fireplace at home, while there is no fire allowed in bookstores. Go in! Let's light it up! No, my sword!
No excuse for
Rim cutter! Illusion shattered!
my work.
This isn't good.
Let's light it up! Rain outlines your fate. Teamwork is dreamwork! Now you shall perish! Ha! Let's light it! There is no escape! Fire, fire, pants on fire! No, my sword! Shine down! Torn to oblivion!
So sleepy.
Clear skies can do nothing to hide the brilliance of lightning. Divine bolts can strike even in the absence of rain. Do you see that tree? Wait, you understand? So, demonstration is not required. Good.
Well, that's not bad.
Gonna be epic! Teamwork is dreamwork! Witness the power of Gua! Huh?
Start over!
Everybody stand back!
Higher, hands on fire!
No, my sword! Teamwork is dreamwork! That's gonna hurt in the morning. Let me weave you a verse.
Cross over!
I'm going in!
Go!
Not good. Body and mind. Get out of here! Huh? Teamwork is dreamwork! Witness the power of Gua! Huh?
Higher, hands on fire!
I'm going in! Ring cutter!
Cross over!
Rain outlines your fate. Teamwork is dreamwork! you a berth.
Higher, higher, hands on fire!
Everybody stand back! Rain
Cross over!
Teamwork is dreamwork! Yeah! Know my sword!
Time to go!
Let me weave you a verse. Go in! Let's light it! Rain outlines your power.
Time to go.
Let's light it up! No, my sword! Teamwork is dreamwork!
Dog's over.
Rain cutter! Adventures! I'm going in!
Higher, higher, hands on fire! Win it!
I let my guard down! Witness the power! Teamwork is dreamwork!
Dog's over!
I'm going in! Let's light it up!
Paimon doesn't see anything here. Let's go somewhere else. Just where is that thing? Oh, this is taking longer than Paimon thought. Nothing in the water either. Oh, we've looked everywhere and still not seen. Huh? That's a good. Why don't we check out the rag and bone shop? Huh? How did you know it? Oh, this is big. Well,
Oh, what a cute treasure coffin.
Paimon doesn't remember you being the boss.
Well, I'm just standing in for Mr. Alvar while he's off restocking the shop. Now, just wait a sec. A blonde foreigner dressed all in white, accompanied by a glaze-covered flying chunk of gingerbread. Well, you must be the legendary traveler and their companion Paimon.
No. Well, you're half right. Paimon's the traveler's treasured companion, sure, but she's not some flying chunk of gingerbread.
Sorry, I never thought I'd get the chance to see you with my own eyes, so got a bit ahead of myself. I hope you find it in your magnanimous hearts to forgive my discourtesy.
There's no need to put yourself down like that.
Why, your heroic actions at Aeneas have long made their way to the fortress of Meripede. We heard that you were personally received by His Grace when you made your way down here, you know. You were the envy of all. And you're one of His Grace's favorite people, so of course, everyone wants to be introduced to you. Well, I figure you'd appreciate honesty over flattery. After all, I also only joined up here because... And though I've only caught scant sight of His Grace since then, as fate would have it, I've become fast friends with Mr. I mean, we've all got agendas, but rather than trying to force something to be true, it's off...
Oh, so now you're trying to kiss up?
Well, I did mean it when I called you legends, and it isn't... Oh, enough of that. Is there something you're looking for? No problem. Anything? Hey, feel free to check out anything you want.
Wait, but that's,
Well, it's not like I'm getting paid to watch this shop. Instead of more or coupons, Mr. Alvar usually lets... Life's been pretty good recently, so I might as well just waive your bill.
All right. Paimon will take a look.
Are you sure you don't want more? These...
It's all right. 2 will do. It just doesn't feel the same if the owner's offering everything to you for... But anyway, we don't need to get into that right now. We can discuss Paimonology later. That poor guy must still be waiting for us. Thank you so much. We'll be off then.
No problem, and thank you for your patronage. I'd appreciate it if you could put in a nice word for our establishment the next time you speak to His Grace.
That's a real sneaky way of getting good reviews. We've been gone a while. Paimon hopes that guy in the box hasn't passed out from lack of air.
Huh?
did? Oh,
Wait, so you're not actually bald?
I mean, I told you that there had been a misunderstanding. Wait,
Well, we got you a new one. We tried real.
I see. Thank you.
Does it have some kind of?
But, sorry, I can't explain at the.
If you're looking for a hat, I just picked one up.
Your Grace!
Oh, hey, Risley. It's been a while.
Well, it's a slow day today, so I decided to go for a little stroll. Even if your workspace isn't cramped, I'll say I'm not at all surprised to find the two of you here. You never could turn down someone's request for help.
It's what good adventurers do, after all.
Is that so? Maybe I should consider asking the Adventurers Guild to open a branch here. As I recall, these hats are very important to members of the Beret Society. Best you avoid misplacing it again, You might not have the same luck next time.
Understood. Thank you so much, Your Grace. Then I'll be off.
What a strange guy. Why did he care so much about his hat? Oh, and has he done something wrong? When he saw you, it was as if he'd seen a ghost.
Oh, not at all. In fact, members of the Beret Society are model prisoners. They work hard and never get into trouble. They've saved me a lot of work, in fact. As for him, I'd guess he's just more of an introvert. It's not unusual for the more shy prisoners to freak out when I show up unannounced.
Huh? Shy? There are prisoners who are afraid to talk to people?
Prisoners are still people, after all. There are as many crimes and motives as there are. The idea of the criminal as a selfish, heartless brute is just a stereotype. Such labels could never capture the complexity. What kind of a person a prisoner may be and why they've committed a crime, we'd never...
Huh. You've got a point.
Although most of the societies here will just turn individual brawls into mass ones, the Beret Society does appear to be an exception, and it's instead trying to experiment with some... If you have some time, why don't we grab something at the Coupon Cafeteria? It'll give us time, and if you're still interested in the Berets after that, I can take you to their usual...
Paimon's not the biggest fan of that cafe.
All right then, please follow me.
Welcome, Your Grace, and the Traveler. Would you like 3? Unfortunately, we weren't informed of your visit in advance.
I'll pass on the food, then. What about you?
Then Paimon will also pass. Paimon will save her stomach for something better.
What a pity. It would seem that none of us can
Then, I must beg Your Grace to find me some more ingredients. So if you're not in the mood to eat, I can get you some drinks.
Yes, please? Huh. Paimon didn't know you could get
It's not for everyone. Think of it as
Oh, now that's...
2 bottles coming right up.
Our first meeting took place on short notice, and we were both swamped by everything that happened after, so there was no time for more casual... I'm actually quite fond of stories, you know. Of course, the others have already told me a lot about your deeds in fun.
Whoa. That'd be quite the long story.
Impressive. Not all who possess the courage to risk their life for their ideals also have the strength. Had you not possessed these remarkable qualities, I probably wouldn't have had the chance to make your acquaintance in the first place.
Paimon gets this... That guy we talked to earlier was obviously trying to get us to put in a good word for him, but you're the Duke.
Well, after all, you did help the fortress and I maintain our autonomy. Is it so strange that I would want to give a few words of praise out of genuine admiration? So this is a matter of trust. Which is unfortunate, since I don't have nearly as interest. I was convicted and sent here at an early age. I only became the top dog after spending a long time figuring power and control come in many forms. Some fair and ethical, others less so. And since we're all sinners here, the victor calls the shots. No matter. So, what do you think? Didn't put you much.
Kinda.
I'm perfectly aware of that too. But even so, that doesn't make me think any less of you. I would very much like to maintain friendly relations with you two.
Your Grace, after following your instructions, we were able to find a box of undeclared contraband in the latest ship. They were extremely well hidden, and we've confirmed that the senders have been using this method to smuggle.
Got it. Leave the box here and contact me immediately.
Yes, Your Grace.
Sorry, I'd almost completely forgotten about this.
She mentioned something about...
Not necessarily. The term is just applied to things people want to bring in on the sly. Many people here are experts at pulling rabbits out of the most ordinary hats. So we have to Now, what do we have here?
Whoa, this is certainly a box of curiosities. Mora, snacks, yarn, balls, ropes, mechanical parts, and even a gem! Wait, if you've confiscated this entire
Yep. We can't just send them back up now, can we?
What? But that's just insane profit! Traveler, why don't you become a duke as well? Paimon will be your vault.
Jokes aside, I didn't know you'd be so interested in this box.
Really? You'll let Paimon pick anything? No takebacks. Paimon will have you know that she's got a real good eye for treasure.
I never joke about things like this.
Alright, Paimon's gonna have a look. Paimon wants... Actually, never mind. Paimon doesn't want this gem anymore. Can Paimon... There's something weird about Paimon couldn't even tune them out. It's as if the gem was...
Is that so? Let me give it a try. Paimon's right. I too experienced some unpleasant flashbacks. Are you sure? Fair enough. Go ahead.
Are you okay, Traveler? You also saw something, right?
I'll take this gem then and run a thorough investigation on its properties. Paimon, feel free to...
Actually, never mind. Paimon's gonna pass. Paimon...
You do have a point. In that case, we should... Seems like we're almost done with our drinks, too. Let's go check out the Society's gathering place. I can introduce you, and we can also continue our conversation.
Wait, are you this fr...
Just noticed? I wasn't exactly busy...
We are honored by your visit, Your Grace. Are these your two guests?
Let me introduce you to them. Traveler, members can find all sorts of drinks and snacks here, as well as a large variety of books. Every once in a while, the Society will also host activities and seminars, which are always well attended.
You flatter me, Your Grace. All we did was say it's so easy to feel lonely and helpless when you arrive here for the first time. I remember that feeling all too well. None of us knew anything about this place then, after all. But that's when the thought came to me. If we could help everyone turn over a new leaf, they would no longer have to lead such gloomy existences. Thus, it was with your help that I founded the Beret Society.
Oh, so you were also involved with the...
My part in this was minimal. All I did was follow... I'm sure you have a very good sense of what this place is about by now. As you know, not everyone takes their sentence seriously. For some, this is just another place where they can eat, breathe, and sleep. But the Society is a great place for those who wish to turn things around.
Exactly right. Here, we keep an eye on each other and remind each other of our goals. Our operations are entirely funded by members' donated goods and credit coupons. Same for the things you can see here.
Who knew you could find such a place in the Fortress of Mirapede? Oh, right, and what's the deal?
There's nothing deep about it. I just felt like we needed some kind of visible identifier. If our members felt joy and pride from being a part of this group, then the hats would become a point of pride for them as well. And when we're together, we will feel a sense of community from seeing everyone's hats. Optimism, community, hard work, and a desire for
In other words, that hat has come to represent something like a model citizen.
Once again, you are exactly right, Your Grace. That's a part of our goal as well. I'll ask the members to get us some drinks. Please, wait here just one moment. Feel free to look around, too, if you want to learn more about us.
Oh, right. What happened to your slow day, Risley?
Seems like I shouldn't underestimate an adventurer's keen sense of observation. I'll bear that in mind the next time I need to do something low-key. Kidding, of course. We're just discussing some small matters. It shouldn't take long. We've also already gone over the organization's vision. Instead of listening to me try to explain some more, maybe it'd be better if you took a look around for yourself.
Why does Paimon feel like he didn't answer the question at all? Yeah, they're supposed to be like the model
Welcome to our gathering place. Is there...
Oh, it's okay. We're just taking a look around.
Well, that's not a bad comparison. It is my job to explain our amenities and benefits to our... I'm sure Mr. Dugier has already explained some of it, but allow me to... Besides this space, which our members use to rest and relax, we also have... These rooms are open to all of our members. We want everyone to be able to use their free time...
Wow, that's pretty cool. Do you have a restaurant too?
Unfortunately, we don't. For matters like that, we still have... We started a collaboration with the cafeteria a while back, though, so... They'll let us borrow their kitchen to do some simple research into recipes and cooking.
Yeah, Paimon can definitely see how it'd be easier to...
Yep, and that's exactly why Mr. Dugier founded the Society. We all think we made the correct choice to join him.
Huh? Go! Phew!
Show me what you got!
Oh, hello. You are guests of the Duke, are you not? We've got some classics, as well as a few books that the Yeah, most of them are writing diaries or autobiographies on their time in the Some quit drinking. Some learned to tailor. Some became real good at calligraphy. We find it kind of funny. You see, had we managed to stay above ground, none of us would have ever had the time to learn any of those skills.
Ah, it's because you all have a lot more free time now.
Not only that, but we've also now got the mental space to think about taking on new things. Before we came here, we were constantly exhausted just trying to live. With how the Duke and Mr. Dugier have organized our lives down here, though, all we need to do is think about the things that we want to do. You never know what you may be good at until you give it a try. And while you're here, no matter what you do, you won't get judged for it. After all, there's no need to conform to societal expectations when you're already in jail.
So this is something like a safe space.
Yeah, that's exactly right. After all, not everyone is good at fighting, or have the physical strength to do hard labor. The society is exactly what some of us need. And that's it. I just finished organizing this shelf as well, so feel free to check it out if you want. Just remember to put the—
Don't worry, we will!
Hey, you there, newbie! Yep, I'm talking to you. Now, why don't you follow my lead and take a deep breath before letting everything out like that? Ha! That's how I pump myself up every day. A lot of my friends have found it super useful too. With one shout, you can release all the fatigue, resentment, and unpleasantness from your lungs and return to the day. Why don't you also give it a try? Feeling shy? Just remember to take a deep breath and let it all...
Alright, we've talked to everybody. That would explain why Risley only had good things to say about this place. Huh. It looks like they're starting to wrap up their...
Of course, Your Grace. I will attend to those...
Okay, then I don't have anything else to add. Oh, you're back. What did you think about this place? Now, note that your opinion will also affect my review of Dugier and the society as a whole.
Oh, wait, I didn't know they were also it's all right with me, though.
Paimon thinks it's something anyone expected you to get a society going here of all places.
Yeah, you're right. By themselves, our resources probably don't...
The prisoners here all have very different personalities. Our needs are like violent beasts. If we can't face them properly, they'll grow restless and enraged. But if we can placate them, they lose their fangs, and they can even be converted into fuel for far nobler pursuits. Which is why, in my opinion, learning to reconcile with oneself is the first step on the path to redemption.
You've hit the nail on the head, Your Grace. Before I founded the Society, I had met too many people who could not come to terms with themselves. And I'm sure that a part of your support is rooted in your desire to help those people find their way.
And Paimon thought everyone was enjoying life just fine, working and fighting.
Of course, that lifestyle is more than enough for some people in the fortress. For others, though, they would just be useless distractions.
Speaking of fighting, I'm not sure if you knew this, but even his...
What? You fight in the ring?
Oh, I almost never need them.
Hey, isn't that the guy who lost his hat? What's wrong? Did you forget about us already?
Are you feeling all right?
No, I'm fine. Thank you for...
He's still as weird as before.
Dujier, do you know what's up with him?
I'm also not too sure about that. After all, it's my responsibility as the leader to make sure that no one...
We'll leave him to you then. Where were we before we got sidetracked? Oh, right, about that. You might have thought that I was joking, but in a place like that, everyone will use everything. And when emotions run high, things often spiral out of control. That would be when I need to pull. Sometimes you might need more than just gloves as well. This pair of handcuffs has also come in handy quite a number of times. Oops.
Oh, isn't that awful gem? You're still carrying it with you?
Yeah, I kept it on me because of its special qualities.
Go on, you guys. Pick up the item for his...
Yes, right away.
That gem shines with quite the dazzling light. I hope it...
It still looks good to me. Say, Dujier.
Never, Your Grace. Don't think I've ever been rich.
I guess that's fair. We've already gone over most of the things that I wanted to talk about, so let's wrap up for the day. The trap...
Got it, Your Grace. Take care, everyone. I'll take you to the exit. Traveler, Paimon, it was an honor. I'm sure everyone would love it if you were to visit again.
And same...
Paimon doesn't think we made any plans for the...
Well, what's your opinion of this society?
Paimon doesn't remember exactly what you said, but there's only one potential problem. If the society does too good a job managing and rehabilitating its...
That is, sir. But at this point in time, they're still reducing my workload by managing and rehabilitating. I wanted to see just how much they've managed to accomplish, and also get a sense of Dujier's plans for the future. I arranged for a meeting out of curiosity, but...
Dissonance?
I'm sure the Traveler has sensed it too. As expected, the whole truth is a bit complicated, so I'll explain everything to you later. I can tell you right now, I had hoped to take care of it in secret, but now, confrontation may no longer be avoidable. Why don't you take this opportunity to check back on the gathering place? Just tell them you left something of yours there by accident. If my hypothesis is correct, Dujier should have been with his watchful eye removed.
Can't you just
I'm just following the most popular playbook in Fontaine. Investigate, obtain evidence. It's been so long since I got to watch a performance at Opera Epiclese that I've even begun to miss it. I'll explain everything to you later, but right now we need to find out what you can from them now while they're all in one place. We might not...
It's just as Risley said. You said you felt there was something off. Paimon will do her best to help.
Wait, you guys...
We're really sorry. We just realized that we...
Oh, okay.
Nobody? It's okay. There's no need to be nervous. We'll just look for it ourselves if none of you caught a glimpse.
I'll go find...
No need. We're just looking for something. We can look around for it, yeah?
Hello? How can I help you? The Beret Society offers a variety of resources and benefits to...
You don't know...
sorry, that's not what I meant. It's just...
Hey!
What do you want?
Isn't this how you greeted us earlier?
Oh, yeah, that's right. You sure are fast. I ate something earlier, so you're looking for something, you said? I didn't see it, but,
Are you still organizing the book?
Yeah, and I'm sorry.
We weren't thinking about that to begin with, but weren't...
Sorry.
Okay, Paimon sees what you meant now. Seems like they really don't want to talk to us, so let's just head back.
Body and mind.
I never embark on a journey without a good book to accompany me. Time to act.
Oh, you're back. How are things at their head?
It was as if they had all turned into completely different people.
The dissonance I mentioned earlier was precisely that fleeting moment of fear behind the cheerful facade.
Right. He was acting super scared. Actually, has he...
And that's precisely why I took it.
Oh, so the one... It was you all along?
It's because I wanted to figure out what's really I don't believe any of Dugier's talk about unstable mental states. Not too long. Dugier made very elaborate preparations for my visit. But I don't...
Okay, but if you think something's wrong, why aren't you the Duke? You can do whatever you want.
Well, maybe you're actually a better fit for the position than I am. In all seriousness, however, cuffs and the like should be used sparingly. For most everything I do is on display. The way people see me act determines the kind of world I can create. And I've always striven to appear fair and reasonable.
That sounds a bit deep. Paimon's not sure she...
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. I have to lead by example if I want to maintain expectation. And that's why even though Dugier had already let a few things slip, I didn't want to turn on him without...
Alright, so you're saying Dugier has figured out and even though the members are acting all optimistic and motivated, it's all just...
Indeed. He certainly seems to be using some coercive methods to turn his members... I have some faith, though, that some of the members understood the hint I gave. The line has been set, and it's quite likely that if...
Fish?
Let's give them some time. My guards won't need it to finish their investigation. You can find me in my office when the time comes.
Hey! Don't just leave before you've explained... It's finally evening. Wrisley's probably wrapped up his investigation. Paimon has no idea what that guy's thinking. Let's just go find him and ask him what he's really up to.
Oh, here you are. Did you manage to land a lucky...
Let's just get straight to the point.
Patience, Paimon. Even as the situation continues to... I'm actually still thinking about the first thing that came to my mind when I noted, why didn't anyone come to me about...
Oh, that's a good point.
But even if such a thing existed, how could they be so sure without... It'd be one thing if it was just one or two people, but it seems like everyone... Which leads me to believe that it's more likely that they think I just wouldn't care to help them. Yes, something like that. Dugier must... So it became imperative for me to refute that and prove my true stance. Of course, I had originally planned to do this in a more covert way, but I had to improvise when you identified the guy who'd lost his... There was no way to keep our investigation a secret after that.
That makes sense.
The last thing that guy wanted was for Dugier to find out that he'd lost it. He would have never brought the matter, but now, not only has Dugier found out that he'd lost his hat, he's also realized that likely set his internal alarms off all at once. Yes, that's the conclusion I came to as well. If we didn't act right then and there, Dugier would probably come up with some other way to hide the truth and we'd be back to square. So after giving the matter some thought, I tossed that black gem. I must say, I was...
So you...
Yes, that's right. Of course, that box was discovered as part of our investigation of the society from the very beginning. I had no way to know if any of the members had actually seen the gem before, but since I had to do something, I decided to gamble. Right. And I said back there that I had no idea what the gem represented. That should have been enough to let people know that it's still early days for mine. And since I was traveling with you, heroes who have never turned a blind eye to... They would also understand that we're here to help, rather than to...
You used us as a part of your plan?
My apologies. There was no time, but I can assure you that I've now told you Of course, you're under no obligation, but I would really appreciate it if you could... Would you be willing to lend...
But Paimon's still mad at you!
You have my thanks. Now, there are still two outstanding matters in our... I've examined one before. There was nothing... The other is the true purpose of the black gem. It's my hope that a brave fish will take my bait and venture outside. I'll put some music on while we wait.
Excuse me, Your Grace, but may I come in? I'm afraid that someone's been...
Please, do.
I apologize for my lack of composure. Yes, my lover Fasol told me all about you.
Slow down, take a deep breath.
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I will try. I think I should start from when you saw Fasol last.
You mean when we saw him?
Yes, he fled immediately. But thankfully, he still managed to meet up with me and explain now that he's lost Dugier's trust. What awaits...
Censure?
Censure is Dugier's method of establishing control, rather than listening to me explain what it is, Your Grace. Every secret may be found within...
Here you are. Please excuse us, Your Grace. It was never our intention to... She rambles often, has hallucinations.
I don't recall hearing a knock or giving...
Oh, my apologies. I merely did not wish for Your Grace to be alarmed.
Like we believe you.
Please, there's no need to be upset. It's only natural to want to...
Well then, what if the reasonable man wants to hear the lunatic out?
That would be perfectly fine with me. Oh, and just so you know, we've also found the missing Mr. Fasol. I hadn't... Thankfully, he has already returned to his senses.
I'm sorry, Your Grace.
This is what you're afraid of, correct?
I've never seen that thing in my life.
Your Grace, I don't think...
It's all right, Elise. As long as you tell me what it is, no matter what it is, it will no longer be able to hurt you.
Your Grace! Forget it.
I'm sorry, Your Grace. But
what?
In that case, Avis and I will be off. Once again,
Miss Avis, please show me your head. There's nothing there.
Your Grace, I know you have long tired of my words, but please believe me, the Society has never caused trouble for you. Why are you doing everything in your power to I'll do anything for you, as long as you give me the word. Why?
Your words bore me. You know the consequences if I...
Everything that I do for the... All right, Avis.
Sooner or later, all will pay the price. He must have been well prepared for this exact scenario, or he wouldn't have dared to be so openly hostile. All the more reason for us to... The entire society are his hostages. His subordinates would definitely react if he were taken into... And that's why he dared to bare his fangs right in front of me. The true secret of the society is neither on the hat. Dugier probably knew this from the very beginning, which is why... However, if we were to look at the rules... It would also seem like the head has to be the place where they're keeping all of...
Yeah, none of this makes sense to Paimon.
The hats are definitely being used to hide a secret. But if there's nothing on her head, why did Avis feel the need to From the way Dugier acted, he must have known... The hats are definitely being...
I have an idea, but...
Huh? What is it? Tell Paimon about it!
You mean this thing? So, she handed a key piece of evidence over to us without Dugier know. That would mean that Avis didn't stay silent. Let me take a look. I managed to remove this from the hair clip. It's long, slender, and conical. It's hollow on the inside, and looks something...
Paimon's lost again.
Let's see. What if we do...
Hey, what are you doing? Wait. Some kind of dark... has been absorbed by this thorny-looking thing.
You've probably heard before that water is filled with the strongest emotion. With that in mind, this liquid is probably a highly constant...
Oh, so that's why even touching it will make you...
Dugier would be able to censure others. I can only imagine the moment it hits you would be like being flooded with all the agony, desolation, and an overwhelming sense of
So, was the hat...
And that might not even be all. Let's go get... We can't let Dugier escape.
Your Grace, we have taken the Society members into custody. They all tried to flee just a little while ago, as if they had received some kind of order. We decided to forestall their plan, and we're just about to send the...
Great work, everyone.
You had prepared for something like this all along.
I had them stay here to keep an eye on things. So I perform a thorough search of the Society's headquarters and bring all...
Understood, Your Grace.
Now, let's check on them. As expected, they all have a hollow thorn inserted into a wound on their head.
Ooh! Paimon's glad her eyesight isn't so good that she can see it from here. Paimon's gonna float away for a...
They probably left it there as a lasting reminder of Dugier's... These people must have had to endure an unimaginable... Let's go check out the other areas, too.
completely different, though. And the names of the author, yeah! And they did...
Look at what I found. This is a surveillance port. With this, Dugier would be able to remotely monitor everything that's happening at the gathering place. So even if Dugier's not there in person, he'll still always have Indeed. It's easy to become lost and confused when you're given no instructions or any kind of... And if any action you take may be deemed a mistake. And Dugier has already tamed them to his will.
Your Grace! Your Grace!
What's the matter?
We couldn't find any society members in the other areas. It also seems like none of the equipment in those rooms were ever used. The lime scale, the layers of dust. They were all deliberate. We also investigated the members' residences and weren't able to find anything.
Oh.
They're gone? That could only mean...
Indeed. As long as he allowed society members to mingle with others, even with threats of censure, Dugier knew that. Meanwhile, this marvelous gathering place will lose all of its value as soon as a whistleblower sounds the alarm. So instead of being his real base, this is just an elaborate performance. The rest area is the fancy equipment, even the members that we saw. And only the most docile and well-trained members were selected as his
But then...
Let me think. Dugier must be holding all the rest of his members in another place. And if the overseer of my fortress guard is never alerted, he must be in Dugier's pocket. I'm of the same mind.
Time to act.
Did that person flee here?
That's the most likely scenario to me. He's probably already caught wind. Let's keep heading down. There are some abandoned areas in there. Since he needs space, we should be on the right track. Let's go. We can take this path.
Look! There's a fallen guard over there! I must see some society members too!
After them!
It's rising! Run!
Did Dugier send you?
Come on! It's time to talk!
I will take your cooperation into consideration when it comes to...
Mr. Dugier, he didn't want this guy. We were just about to dispose of him when you...
So, in other words, your headquarters should...
Yes, it's just down this way. You'll make it there once you've seen him pass through a large drainage pipe.
Guards, take them away. Let's go. It's about time that...
The campaign begins.
Get out of here! Adventure time!
There's so much space down here.
Yeah, these are all former work areas. There are usually guards on patrol here. It would seem that all... Stay sharp. He's got a ton of support. A moment, please. Let's begin.
Let me weave you a verse.
This could get a little chilly.
Hey, are you okay?
You're safe now. Just follow...
Who knew that there'd be Gardemex here? Dougie...
And that would explain the strange decommission requests I received, as well as account for all the Gardemex that had mysterious... Seems like he's prepared for an all-out conflict.
Hey, what's this?
Seems like some kind of handbook. Ah, this should be the Society's real rules book. Members are not permitted to speak to each other or to leave without formal... 5 members shall form a group, and the whole group will be punished for any single member's wrong. Anyone who reports a fellow member's misbehavior shall be rewarded with food. I see.
But that's just...
To obtain food and water, prisoners are forced to snitch on others, and in the process cause pain. To avoid punishment, they learn to stop talking with one another. This leaves the wounds they've already received to fester, however, and so resentment builds, until finally, isolated and without hope, they accept their fate as Dougiers. Do you remember what happened to Paimon? She rejected all the snacks in the... She's usually all for tasty snacks, but she chose to go against her instincts after a negative
Ugh, is that the best example you could come up with?
No, your decision was valid. However, it's also valid to interpret that as a decision that you only made under emotional duress. The human heart is like a raft in a vast and empty ocean. We convince ourselves that we're in control, but in truth, a single wave could sweep us off course and send us crack. Those who use fear to lead others astray must pay for that crime. If I'm not mistaken, the space ahead should be the central area of this. Rather than confront Dugier, I think it's more important right now. You guys should wait here. We'll try to open the door and check out some other spots.
Open the door. Forget it. Pirates just... Whoa! It's turning! Is it because we touched this thing? The other side's open! Let's go!
Outlines your fate.
Stay cool and face your guilt. Away now.
Yeah. Witness the power of Gugwa.
This could get a little chilly. A moment, please.
It's so high! We're not gonna have to climb all the way up, are we?
Activate the mechanism in front of us first, just like before. Let's see if that changes anything.
Ooh! The water level's gone way up! So that's how we'll make it to the top!
These should be the prison cells. Lots of empty cells in here.
Let's still rescue the ones who go... Hey, it's a...
No, I won't. So close to me. I don't want to be...
No, we're not gonna do...
We won't be able to get through to her right now. I'd also guess there are many others here who are more or less like her. Let's let the guards take care of them.
All right. Let's search for...
Illusion shattered!
A moment, please.
Door's open. Huh. Maybe it's His Grace. I'll go take a look.
I leave this area to you.
Understood. And please take care as well.
Just focus on the tasks you... Let's go back. That mechanism from... Don't forget to bring these...
I must confess to being furious. Remember their names. For Saul, and today you will see with your own... Go on, Avis. Of course. You will do it one drop at a time. Let it do its magic again and again and...
Thistle.
Oh, shut your wretched mouths! My rules are the paramount law of this place. Only more pain will come to those who dare...
That's enough, Dugier. Your rabid screams have been beyond nauseating.
Is that...
Ah, Risley. Must you still refuse to let me be? Did I not spell everything out for you already? What's so blasphemous about sharing?
It would seem that you can't see the difference between sharing and... Look at your people. Are they not starving as you wolfed out?
You. Stop. Have you forgotten? Nobody in this blasted fortress is innocent. What's so wrong about punishing those who deserve... And please, are you really gonna tell me that you care about their lives and well-being when you just need a supply of labor to keep this...
Sadly, you're wrong on both counts. Unlike you, I've never seen them. The fortress is not only a place for confinement, but also just as people are free to give in to the darkness within their hearts, they are also free to seek redemption and a new beginning. They may have made mistakes, but they are still human beings with people, and most importantly, they should always retain their... But you're destroying their spirits with fear, taking their freedom, and you say that's what they've always deserved?
He's real.
You think me arrogant, Risley. Well, I think nobody actually sees this fortress as any kind of just a wonderful place. See it for what it is. No prisoner will listen to you out of gratitude of their hearts. The whip is... Had you been just one step slower, I would have already taken control. Your vision gives you strength. But how long...
You talk big, but in the end, you know nothing outside of power and control. In that case...
Ring cutter!
Don't run away now. Have a safe trip. Let's begin.
No, my sword! Teamwork is true!
Get a little chilly. A moment, please. If you think fear can control everything, well then, terrify me.
Don't high road me. You're just another crook. And it's time you got treated like one.
What's the matter? Too scared to shoot straight?
I'm warning you. Unauthorized punishment and torture are prohibited here. As the Duke, you should set an example.
Funny how that slipped my mind. Well, from this point on, you can forget about that rule. The rules of the fortress are there to keep the likes of you in check. But if the Duke wants somebody dead, he needs no justification. Understood. Sorry for taking so long.
No, not at all.
I could comfort and I have to take responsibility for it. Even I wouldn't be able to find humor in a situation like...
So, do you have a plan for...
Oh, Dugier? For now, I think I'll...
Huh?
I think it's a very fitting punishment for him to have to imagine the sorts of punishment. He'll be left in the dark with regards to both the dates and the details. Of course, that's not to say that I'll be letting him off scot-free. It's not often that I'm going to talk to the members of the society. He'll get a chance to experience everything that he's ever inflicted on them.
Paimon didn't know you could also be so harsh.
Why do you think I'd do that kind of thing to you? Anyway, jokes aside, thank you so much for all of your help. There's still a lot for me to take care of. How about this? I'll treat you to a meal in 2 days at the Coupon Cafeteria. We should have a better handle on things by then.
No, Paimon...
Don't worry, it won't be the same old welfare meal.
Oh, then you've got yourself a deal.
you're here.
Paimon never forgets about meals. Even if the traveler forgets, Paimon will remind him for sure. That's not what Paimon meant at all. Risley, you got what Paimon meant, right?
I'm a little confused, actually.
Hey, not you too!
Jokes aside, I've got some good news. After taking a look, the doctors have let me know that it shouldn't be too difficult to extract the thorns, which means that everyone should be able to recover after a period of rest. As for their mental recoveries, most are making good progress as well. We've added a few who were more severely affected to a...
You sure got everything taken care of, Risley.
I try my best. After all, it's my duty to take care of everything that happens within my territory. Please, go ahead. That's a bit of a long story. I once had I was an orphan, adopted by a couple with a great deal of love in their hearts. I had many siblings, and we all adored each other. Once we were older, Mom and Dad would turn us over to be individually adopted by families of greater means, and go on to adopt more young children. They were perfect parents. Or so I thought.
And then?
And then, I found out we were merely raised as livestock. Once we had reached a certain age, our parents would bring us to the market for sale. All children that were sold would leave the house, and nobody would know what became of them. As for those who didn't sell, they were merely disposed of. Did you know I once considered myself an extremely lucky child? And all of my friends, all of my siblings, they all felt this way as well. I was also not the first to find out about the truth. All those who found out before me were simply added to the disposal pile. I could never shake the feeling of irony every time I juxtaposed their tragic ends against our parents' adoring smiles. Yes, like the society, my parents created a facade of joy, lied to satiate their desires, and even employed incredibly cruel methods to keep their grasp on power. They did all of that, but never considered how their actions would utterly ruin all the children they took under their wing. Worse, perhaps they never cared about that at all. But I did. So in the end, I killed them and set all of the remaining children free. I was convicted for my crimes and exiled to the fortress of Meripede. My methods were extreme, yes, but I was still a teenager at the time. I'd been betrayed by those I trusted most, and I didn't think that more moderate. My doubt and helpless anger pushed me forward until I got what I deserved. It's all right. You don't have to tell me what you think. The least I can do is to make sure that the same tragedy will not happen again in my new home.
Sorry to disturb you, everyone.
Oh, it's a visa for...
It was all because you arrived in time.
We came here on impulse today, because we were hoping...
Please, go on right ahead.
It's...
You're getting married?
Yeah, we met each other through the society, but even during our time there, we never doubted each other. We always believed that, and after this incident...
You could say we managed to make the best out of a bad situation. He didn't abandon me, and I didn't, but we're still both prisoners. And we also aren't sure if the fortress is the best, so we are just wondering.
You're right in that the fortress has never hosted a wedding, but that's no reason to say no, is it? I'll help you make the arrangements. If you need anything special shipped in from the surface, just say...
We are actually also planning to stay here after the...
Yeah, we've already made tons of special memories here. So now, it'd be too hard to leave. And we have full confidence in the fortress's future with you at the helm, Your Grace.
Your trust is the high...
Hey, loosen up a bit! Shouldn't you be the happiest man in Tibet?
Yeah. I'll always take a genuine expression of faith over any obligation.
Grab yourself a welfare meal. Grab yourself a welfare meal.
The world remains
Grab
constant
yourself a
over the
welfare meal.
centuries. But human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
Grab yourself a welfare meal.
Inactivity serves no purpose
Grab
whatsoever.
yourself a welfare meal. Grab yourself a welfare meal.
The world remains constant over the centuries. But human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
Grab yourself a welfare meal.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
Grab yourself a welfare meal. Grab yourself a welfare meal.
The world remains constant over the centuries. But human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
Grab yourself a welfare meal. Grab yourself a welfare meal.
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging.
Grab yourself a welfare meal. Grab yourself a welfare meal.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
Grab yourself a welfare meal. Grab yourself a welfare meal. Grab yourself a welfare meal.
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water.
Grab yourself a welfare
Transitory.
meal. Grab yourself a welfare meal.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
Grab yourself a welfare meal. Grab yourself a welfare meal. Grab yourself a welfare meal.
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging.